The Islamic resistance in Lebanon, Hezbollah, launched a powerful offensive against Israeli military bases, marking a significant escalation in the regional conflict. On Saturday, Hezbollah began its latest wave of operations by targeting the Zvolon military-industrial base near Haifa with a series of rockets. These attacks are part of Operation People of Might, designed to strike deep into Israeli-held territories and target military sites, bases, and key Israeli infrastructure. Hezbollah declared that these strikes were executed in support of the Palestinians in Gaza, defending Lebanon and sending a strong message to the Israeli occupation forces. In another operation, Hezbollah's forces targeted the city of Safed in the northern occupied territories with a barrage of rockets around midnight. This attack amplified the impact of Hezbollah's campaign, demonstrating its capacity to reach critical areas within Israel. These offensives are part of a wider response in solidarity with the Palestinian resistance in Gaza, as Hezbollah vowed to act in defense of Lebanon's sovereignty and the Palestinian people's struggle. The Lebanese resistance movement has openly stated that it would continue its campaign until Israel agrees to a ceasefire in Gaza, indicating its commitment to sustaining pressure on the Israeli military infrastructure. Following these initial attacks, Hezbollah escalated further by bringing down an Israeli Hermes 450 drone in Lebanon's Nabati Governorate. The downing of the drone highlights Hezbollah's evolving capability to counter Israeli aerial surveillance and its efforts to dominate the skies in southern Lebanon. Shortly afterward, Hezbollah launched rocket salvos at Israeli settlements, including Metalla and Maalat Tarshiha, intensifying the cross-border exchanges and signaling Hezbollah's readiness to respond to Israeli incursions and air operations. In response, sirens were heard in various Israeli settlements as warning systems were triggered, indicating the level of threat these operations posed. Throughout the day, Hezbollah broadened its target list, striking the Meron Air Operations Command base in Israel with rockets, a facility critical to Israeli aerial activities. By targeting such a high-value base, Hezbollah aimed to disrupt Israeli military coordination and air operations. In the northern occupied territories, the Lebanese fighters hit the settlement of Avivim, where an Israeli military grouping was based, underscoring Hezbollah's strategy to confront Israeli forces directly where they are concentrated. Shortly afterward, they directed precision strikes at the Haifa Technical Base, an essential component of the Israeli Air Force infrastructure. Hezbollah's operations expanded by early afternoon, targeting additional sites across Israel's northern region. The settlement of Kiryat Shmona faced multiple strikes, reflecting Hezbollah's intent to intensify the scope of its attacks. In the afternoon, Hezbollah conducted strikes on Maalat Tarshiha, a location previously targeted, indicating a systematic approach in applying continuous pressure. This was followed by attacks on the Meron Air Operations Base for the second time and further strikes on Israeli forces stationed in Safed and Metalla, showcasing Hezbollah's sustained operational capability. By late afternoon, Hezbollah shifted focus toward Israeli artillery positions at Hagashrim, which had previously targeted southern Lebanese villages with cluster bombs. This was a calculated response, aiming to disable the artillery responsible for civilian casualties and injuries within Lebanon. Hezbollah's forces later targeted another critical Israeli artillery site, the Baghdadi artillery position southwest of Kiryat Shmona, further aiming to weaken Israel's offensive capacities in the border region. As evening approached, Hezbollah's tactics evolved as they launched one-way assault drones in a series of coordinated strikes. These drones accurately hit Israeli positions east of Maroun al-Raz, enhancing the day's operations and increasing Hezbollah's tactical leverage in the confrontation. In a climactic operation, Hezbollah targeted the Ain Kozlok communications base, an essential installation located near Lake Tabaraya. Using one-way drones, Hezbollah struck with remarkable precision, demonstrating advanced strike capabilities and sending a clear signal of its technological advances in drone warfare.